How's it going, Sha?
It's going all right. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm excited. It's my anniversary week this week. Me and the missus.
Oh,
Yeah, yo.
happy anniversary.
Thank you. I felt good about what I got her overall.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Amazon played me, sent my stuff, sent one of the gifts in a little early while I was on the road, so like she had to open one of them.
Mm-hmm.
It was I got her. She like her brother lives in Florida, just bought a new house. Congrats to him.
Mm-hmm.
And she loves the whole gardening thing. So like she's like living through him with the plants that like she's suggesting he gardens. So
Okay.
he just got like a big lemon tree. So I bought her a citrus plant that like I found like grows really well indoors.
Oh, neat.
So she could have it in New York, you know what I mean? It was like I forget the name of the fruit, but it's like a Filipino lime. So it looks like a mixture of like a lime, but like clementine kind of
Okay.
thing. Smells great. Anyway, it showed up while I was on the road, and like
Mm-hmm.
I clearly don't get those deliveries. So she knew very quickly, like, oh, this is for me from him.
Mm-hmm.
So she was like, yeah, I'm gonna open this, even though I know uh it's not today.
Right.
So yeah, and mainly because you don't want the plant to die while I'm going
Yes,
through
right,
it,
exactly.
so so that got spoiled. But rest of my gift I still think is solid. I'm excited this year too, because normally we've had our anniversary dates ruined pretty often because it lands the same weekend of SantaCon.
Right.
So that's always played a role against me. But we get to where our anniversary is the next day, so we're gonna just do Sunday. Santa
Mm-hmm.
Con, go crazy Saturday, do y'all thing, ruin New York. Just stay out my way. Get out the way by Sunday. That's all I'm asking. You
Right,
know what I
right.
mean? Let me have my Sunday with the missus. My boy, his anniversary is the week after. He told me what he's doing, and I'm very happy his anniversary is after mine. 'Cause I can't live up the way he's doing. He's like,
Oh,
yeah, uh he wrote a novel, he wrote like a book showing like the telling 11 stories of moments that he's realized he's lucky because of his wife. And he's like releasing it on Amazon, but he's
okay.
gonna give her the first copy.
Sure. First
You know what I
edition.
mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like he's been working on it all year. She doesn't know. She knows that he's been writing. So like he's been working on this like piece of art. And I'm like, yo, my man, like you can't just buy tickets. Like, why we gotta do all this, yo? Like it's beautiful, but like think of the rest of us, my G.
I mean, can he write?
I would say yeah, like he's really good at expressing himself. Um, he
Wait, but is he good at expressing himself through the written word?
yeah, I would say yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not just him being like, all right, so check it. You know what I mean? Although I would buy that book, let me tell you.
Right, absolutely.
But for his wife, maybe not. But nah, like he has a gift with that stuff for sure.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, like I'm definitely gonna check it out. I'm excited for him, for that like whole exchange. I know he's put a lot into it, but yeah, I was like, yo, bro, like I don't got time to write novels, my G. Like that's a lot, you know.
That's not your
That's not my relationship. I'll say
that's
that.
not yeah, that's not how you move. That's not
Yeah.
your vehicle
Like if I
is
wrote a novel for Gabby, she would think I cheated on her. Like she would
what?
think like I did something so wrong that like I'm trying to make up for it by
It
writing.
does it does feel a bit much. Wait, now has your friend been married to his wife as long as you've been married to Gabby?
Just about a little less, but yeah, he's in this
Okay. All
ballpark for
right.
sure. And
Okay.
that was his argument. He's like, yo, like we've been like they've been together about 15 years, but I think married like 12 or something. And he's
Right,
like,
right,
yo,
right.
like I'm out of gifts. So he's like, I don't know what else to buy.
I'm out of gifts.
You
Oh
know, he's
no,
like, I don't know
no.
what else to get her. And
Uh-huh.
like, I'm in New York, so like I have like the Gabby Loves Broadway. I got a
Mhm.
new show all the time.
Right.
So like he's like, you got that. He's like, I'm in Florida, my G. Like, ain't he like we went to all the places, okay? The 7 good restaurants in my town, we did it.
Right.
You know what
Uh-huh.
I mean? But like this is I'm trying to be creative. So this is what I got. So 'cause I needed him about it. I was like, yo, bro, like this ain't right. And it feels funny. He's like, nah, he's like, it's genuine, but like he's like, it's also I have too many nights on like my balcony just looking at stars. So this is what I came up with.
Well,
I
no,
was like, all
this
right.
is good. I think it's a step up from the coupon book. So
Mm,
I think it is a
there
much
you go.
more evolved coupon book, and I like that for him.
Yeah, straight up.
But
Yo,
I
I'm gonna give
also
Gabby a macaroni chain. You know what? You inspired me. Hell yeah, yo. I'm
make
coming
her
for you.
a drawing of a rooster made with your hands. Just classic.
Oh man, make a shirt with like little cotton swabs. It's gonna be
Yes.
great. Oh
Yeah.
man, yo,
So there are still those options in case, for next year. Tell
low
them.
key, Mother's Day is gonna be crazy this year. I'm doing all of that shit. I'm gonna get my kids involved. We're gonna get all the little child gifts back.
Oh my
Straight up.
gosh.
Oh, what's up?
Yeah, for those listening, my cat has just joined the chat. She she just came in, rubbed her head on the microphone, and then walked away, which is, I guess, her way of saying, "Y'all still doing this?"
Straight up.
But
Straight
yes,
up.
we are. We are still doing it.
We out here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm hyped. It's gonna be a good time. I got a good date plan. I found like a nice restaurant. I got some Broadway tickets.
Okay.
We like I'm like we're gonna go see Book of Mormon.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Book of
I
Mormon?
I think that's the name of the show,
Okay.
right? Isn't that
Yeah,
now
that's
I'm
a
not
show.
yeah,
That's a show. Yeah.
we're gonna go see that. We're
Okay.
gonna sit like close enough to get converted. We're gonna be like
You
right
don't want
there.
that. Not from the South Park guys. Has she not seen Book of Mormon?
No, it's one of the because like she normally goes to like I think it's more comedic from what I understand.
Yes, it
Um,
is.
yeah, so she hasn't seen it. She tends to like do other shows more
The
but
more
this felt like
serious
yeah, like the more serious
ones.
ones.
Okay.
But she's into like gambling and she's excited that I'm like going which is
Right.
rare, you know what I mean? So we're gonna have a good time there. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
All right.
It'll be
But
chill. We're
she
gonna
does
do it
she
up.
like musicals or she just likes plays on Broadway?
Nah, she's big on musicals too. Like
Oh,
that's
okay.
yeah, she'll do
Okay.
that heavy. Like she got me like I vibe with Wicked. Wicked was dope.
Okay. All
I had a
right.
good time there. So
Yeah.
this I'm seeing if I, spread my wings a little bit in this
Sure.
Broadway musical game,
Sure.
you
Yes,
know.
absolutely.
So yeah, we're gonna do it up. And then but yeah, I had to buy a bunch of gifts because like the gift that I got her got here too early. And like
Okay.
I know, like I was like, yo, but like this is the gift, and she's like, yeah, I know, it's cool, and I know it's not cool. Like I can't not have a gift that day. I feel like so I had to get other
Oh, so you
gifts.
have to get wait, but you still have
Like she
the
still has the tree, but like the tree is out. Like so like
yeah.
eight
No, no,
days
no, no.
later,
Y'all are grown. Y'all are grown-ups. You can't control, package delivery. It's the
yo,
gift. It came in a little early. It's fine. Is she someone that needs to open a thing on the day?
I think
Or
I'm
do you
someone.
think that yeah, no, you got to let that go.
Yeah, like I feel like
Yeah,
if I do that, like I didn't do the job. Like
you did the job. You
okay,
did your part. You picked out a very thoughtful gift and you had it you did your best to get it to her or to both of you as close to the date as possible.
yeah,
Like
it was supposed to
you
get
did
here.
yeah, there's meaning behind it. It's definitely something you knew she would like. It's attached to another thing. You have a whole backstory for why you picked that thing. You did the research. I mean, you
Yo,
could have just bought her a lemon. You know what I
yo,
mean? So said
yo.
plant this, but you did you did what you need to do. That it came in early while you were gone is that's just how that happened. But that doesn't mean you didn't have a gift.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I felt
so
weird about it, man.
nah,
You know,
release that from your shoulders. Put your shoulders down. Don't worry about that part of it.
all right. Well, I still got a bunch of extra gifts anyway, but I'll do that next year. Yeah, I felt off. I was like, I don't know if this is right now. Like, I feel like there's a portion, like, because I kind of do like a thing, like a base, like I have a playbook for that day.
Mhm.
I go see, and I've learned this from years, right? So, uh, first we go to a thing,
Mhm.
right? In this case, it's gonna be the Broadway show.
Right.
Then we go somewhere nice to eat where we haven't eaten before.
Uh-huh.
I want to do something new, and then we come home and I give her gifts, and I've pieced this together after years, right? Uh, like I think I told you my experience. Like the first time I got her really nice tickets, and I gave her those, and I was like, "Hey, we're going to this show,"
Mhm.
and I thought that was the gift,
Uh-huh.
and then other people told me, "Nah, that's the date," and I was
Oh,
like, "I feel
okay.
like that's
This
not right."
is this is some sort of marriage discourse that I do not understand. This is couple marriage discourse that I don't get. So
Yo,
maybe there is supposed to be more. I don't know. That feels like, hey, for a gift, I thought we'd do this thing or we go on a date or whatever. Like, I don't know. I mean,
that's what I thought. I was like, "Yo, like we don't normally go to these type of shows." So
right.
I forget which show it was, but like I got Broadway tickets and
Mhm.
I gave it to her as a gift. And then like one of her homegirls was like, "So what'd you get her?" And I was like, "I got her these tickets." And she's like, "No,
Mhm.
like that's what you're doing. But like, what did you get her?" And I'm like,
Yeah,
"That's
no,
what
I
we're
don't
doing. That's the gift." And they
yeah.
was like, "Nah." So I was like, "All right, I'm gonna cover my bases."
Okay.
So
Oh,
I got
oh,
like a
here's
good streak running with this
right.
system.
Here's my question for you. Does she get you anything?
Yes, but we don't go anywhere. Uh,
Okay,
you know what I
wait,
mean? Like
hold on.
that's like you know what I mean?
I didn't
Like
expect that spice on it, but we don't go anywhere. Okay.
yeah, like hey, that's what get me
Sorry.
tight because like I feel like this is very clearly
A
I
celebration
enjoy
of
the
her.
yeah, and I agree with that overall, honestly. Like even though it's our anniversary, like I know I'm a lot. Like I get it, you know.
Yeah.
So like when we make it a year, it's like she did a lot more than making it, you know. So like so
Okay,
so
alright.
I'm not mad at the discrepancy, but like yeah,
Mhm,
I've noticed that like yo like we go out to do a thing that you enjoy, so like
mhm.
I try to find like a thing that she enjoys. Like, all right, I could rock with this for today, you
Right.
know. But it's definitely that. Like, like
Okay.
we ain't go to see like the Brooklyn Nets. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That would be a great anniversary for me.
Uh-huh.
But I know that ain't the vibe of the day, you know?
Right.
Um, so yeah. And no and none of my boys I maybe I should do that. I should tell my friends to like needle her on like the same way her friends needled me.
Yeah, because that definitely felt a little like I'm not gonna I definitely yeah, I wouldn't say, you should be getting her more stuff. That is none of my business. You guys have to agree on the way that your love languages or whatever, or how
Yeah.
you guys come to an agreement on how you like to give and receive gifts.
Okay.
And that's all that matters. All that yappity yap 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 from the outside, that shit don't matter. They're not getting nothing from either of you. So that what they think doesn't matter,
That's
you
fair.
know? So like you guys should decide on how you want to do a thing when it comes to giving gifts. So that's another thing that I mean, I get that you enjoy to do it. I know that you like to it is a challenge for
Yeah.
you to find the thing and conquer it and bring it back and go, haha, for you. So
That shit
that
feels great.
yeah, so that for you, I totally understand. You would have gotten there anyway, with or without the help of her girlfriend.
Yeah. It took
Um,
an extra year, but I'd have got there.
yeah, you would have got there. Yeah, which sometimes is just girlfriends. Sometimes thinking that they're doing right are actually doing wrong. Like
Yo,
you know what I mean? Like sometimes your best friend is truly the person who, who might hate you in certain moments, and then they go
right.
back to loving you. But relationships, the ebbs and flows, and
That's
so
fair.
yeah, so there may have been just like, oh well, let's see if this dude is worth it. I'll
Right,
tell him that
right,
he needs to, you know what I mean? Like that kind of thing could have been going on. Or she could have been just like, I don't know if you know this yet, but your girl likes to get presents. So let me
right.
just, she could have just been giving you a heads up as well. Like, hey, you need to, which you would have got, like I said, you would have gotten there already. Cause I feel like you two are probably fairly evenly matched in
Yeah, nah, that's my
how you do
like.
things.
Like if I'm real, I don't think Gabby's complained once about any of this stuff. Like
Mm-mm.
she's pretty chill with it. But I definitely like I hear dialogue in my head a lot. Like,
Yes. Yeah.
so like I know like in my head I was like that wasn't enough or like that wasn't the right gift
Mm-hmm.
level for this day. And I would have kept hearing that till I felt right.
Right.
So like I don't even know if like this is all necessary so much as like I want to squash all doubt. And I don't know if that's the energy for
For
anniversaries.
anniversary to squash doubt.
But that's my
Yeah,
approach. I'm like, yo, I crush that shit. Is kind of
yes.
the energy.
Yeah, you approach everything in a "I better crush it" kind of way, and
Yeah,
this maybe doesn't need a hammer, it may need more of like a scalpel. Maybe
that's fair.
maybe it's not it's a
Like, I got a great day plan. I got
Mhm.
some dope gifts
Right,
that are like essentially like extra gifts because the gift got given
right, yeah.
prematurely. I
Mhm.
even got a backup like thing to do that like if it don't
Okay,
go well,
you're
I
set.
got a aha like oh, but
You're
you thought it
absolutely
was
set.
over.
Also, I you 2 could just be at home together being silly, and that would feel better than any night out.
That's
Just know
fair.
that. Just know that. It's truly about the love that you 2 share and how much you enjoy building the life that you're building together.
That's real.
And sometimes to acknowledge that, you can just be on your couch watching videos or something. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like, and it just that just takes it to the essence of
I
it.
like that.
And the other stuff is will stress you out trying to make sure you top and you've got everything you got everything covered, and in case that don't work, I got to back all that. It could just be, and sometimes it's probably more meaningful to do all that special shit like on the day that's not your anniversary.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
real.
So it's not weighted. I'm kind of big on just like having a celebration on random days
Mm,
that it's not as weighted, that there's not so much like, it's got to be perfect. It's our fill in the blank. Like
right.
that anxiety can kind of, yeah, and even if it's not a lot of anxiety, it's a little something,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's something that's only because it's falling on a particular date on the calendar.
Mm,
Whereas if you feel those emotions and you feel them 6 months out, do that shit 6 months out. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just
that's
like,
real.
oh, this is because I truly feel that way, that kind of thing. I'm not
So
saying don't still get them something for the anniversary, but don't fret it if you're able to do that all year round.
like I kind of do like a cheat code with this,
Okay.
right? I think I've told you about this.
The
Like
flowers?
the for the year thing, I told you
Oh
about this.
no. No,
So
no.
like I feel like I like reminding Gabby regularly, like, yo, you're dope.
Okay.
But I know that mentally, like, I work in like weird pockets where, like, yo, if I'm really focused on comedy, that's all I think about for like 2 months.
Mhm.
And I don't want Gabby to go 2 months without me acknowledging her.
Right.
That's not fair to her just because I'm working.
Mhm.
So the first day of the year that I feel uber in love, I feel
Mhm.
like I'm in love every day, but there's definitely days where like, yo, Gabby's really fucking dope, and I'm hyper aware of that day.
Right.
On that day, I buy flowers and other gifts for the
Okay.
year. Like I have them show up because I know
Oh,
I'm a
so you order them to be
Yeah, like
delivered
my
on certain days.
exactly. Like
That's
my pro
fantastic.
1-800 flowers, like all of that, they let you put the dates in. So like
Mhm.
I got like 4 sets of flowers that'll just show up. And like they're random days because like I know I'm gonna remember her birthday. I'm gonna remember
Right.
that, but
Right,
like they
yeah.
just show up random, so that way like yo like in the pocket some random day in April flowers show up,
Mhm.
and like it's like oh this is dope. You were thinking of me in January, yeah, you know, but like but
And
but to
for anyone listening right now, do not worry, Gabby does not listen to this podcast.
at all.
She lives with Gastor, she don't need this. She don't need this at all. So, him telling us this plan is not gonna fuck up his plan. She ain't
For
gonna hear
15
this.
years, baby, it's been working. Don't if she finds out, I know it was one of y'all. Okay.
One of y'all snitched. So, you know, that ain't right.
If anything, I'm trying to give y'all a key, okay?
I mean, that's really like a great idea. Like you
Yeah,
really cracked something with that. Like I hope some
yo,
people out there are taking notes because that's kind of fantastic.
yeah, because like I realized, like, kind of like with the love language thing, like there's days that like, you know, she needs more of that, and like I'm not there, but that doesn't mean I don't mean it, and that
Right.
doesn't mean she don't deserve it. But
Right.
when I got it, I should use it.
Yes.
So a random, like usually, like you know, like sometime in that first or second week, she'll do something really dope, and I'll be like on the euphoria of being married, and I'll come
Right.
downstairs and I'll order, you know, all the flowers for the year. I'll pick like
Mhm.
there's like a couple of wine services that do similar, and
Okay.
I'll just have like random shit just pop in the crib. Plus,
That's great. Mhm.
low key, it gets you out of a fight all the time, cause like
He
you like
is
in a
dropping science. I hope you guys are
yeah.
taking notes out there.
Cause like if you like in mid argument and then like 2 days later after y'all been beefing, a bottle of wine that you forgot about shows up, that shit look crazy. Yo, I'm
Oh
telling
my
you, yo,
god.
because it's so genuine. And like
Mhm.
you forget because like you wrote a note to show up with it that you wrote when you was on the high. So like
Right.
you snap out of it like, yo, she is dope, you know,
Yeah.
and
Man,
you back in the pocket, you know. Listen,
that's wonderful.
it works. It's a weird system, but
No, that's not
it's
weird.
good.
It shows a lot of forethought and I mean like acknowledgement of what is important and just like let's just spread this out. Like, you know
Mhm.
what I mean? I want to feel how I feel right now. I want to feel throughout the year. So let's just pick
Yeah,
days to remind me of this moment.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it's very smart.
Because like with the anniversary, like as you see, like I'm a love bomb person. Like I'll go the whole year, and like once a year, like I need you to know, like yo, even though I've
Right.
been out of like working, like I really care about you. But
Mhm.
most people ain't like that. They need to be like consistently told you love them. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah, that's true.
So I even though my energy is like I'm gonna tell you once, yo, we
And
good.
then
I'll see you later. Like you
right,
know,
yes.
and I know that that's not everyone else.
Yeah.
So this covers that.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I feel like it, yo, you know what I mean? Someone's try it out, let me know. But
Yeah.
I'm on a
Yeah.
15-year run. I'm doing good. Real talk.
It's very it's very pragmatically romantic.
Hey,
It's
thank
very
you.
pragmatic, it's very romantic. I love it. I love all
Yo,
of everything about it. It's fantastic.
pragmatic romance, the Gastor story. You know what I mean? Yo, I'm writing that book. All right. You heard me, Hector? I'm writing a book too. Okay? I'm coming for you. Okay? I'm gonna crush this
Oh,
whole
man.
romantic gesture book game.
Oh, boy. See, now well, alright, we'll have to figure out that whole thing later for you.
Let's get into the news. Uh,
Alrighty.
Oxford's word of the year for 2023 is Riz. That's right.
Okay.
Sorry, Swifties. The word of the year for 2023 is Riz, according to the publishers of Oxford's English Dictionary. Riz beat out Swifty, Situationship, and De-influencing to claim the word of the year honors. The competition celebrates recently created words or expressions that symbolize a period of time while also having potential as a term of lasting cultural significance or providing a snapshot of social history. If
Hmm.
you're asking what Riz means, you're not alone. Particularly if you're a generation or so older than Gen Z, but don't feel left out. There's even a chance that you have Riz without actually knowing what Riz is.
Hmm.
And Obviously we know, but Riz is a colloquial term defined as a style, charm, or attractiveness, the ability to attract a romantic or sexual partner.
Okay. All right. Um, Hold
You
on.
you use the word. I don't use Riz as a
No, I
word.
don't use Riz. Are you kidding me? I'm 51 years old. Get the fuck out of here. Part of part of the
Yo, I've never heard
knowledge.
Shy take a stronger stance than that shit, yo. Who you voting for? Fuck that. I don't say Riz. Don't you dare bring that shit up.
part of part of the wisdom that you pick up as you're lucky enough to age and be aware of what how younger people are speaking if you're in those spaces, because I mean there are plenty of people my age who don't even know that that's a thing. They don't have
Mm,
kids, they're not around kids, they're just like, huh? So if you are lucky enough to be around younger people and hear what they're saying, you can hear the words, maybe you understand them. If you understand the words, you can decide what sounds right, what
mm,
feels right to you. So there are terms out there and words that I'm like, no, I'll never say. That doesn't feel good in my mouth.
mm.
Riz, no. It comes from charisma, which some Twitch person says that he came up with it, but I don't trust that dude to be smart enough to come up with Riz. I think maybe it came from charisma, and I'll just say charisma.
Yeah.
Only because a lot of times there's a word that is not that's just kind of older or not used very much that suddenly pops up and
Yeah.
is everywhere. So the way that who even uses swag anymore, right?
Mm,
But that came from the word swagger, and I think that happened it happened because no one was really using the word swagger in regular conversation. It felt very 1930s movie, you know? Um, and so but I like and I like to use it to describe someone who really had, like, a way of moving and speaking and whatever. So I would say swagger, but I meant swagger, and then it was like, "Oh, swagger, yeah, and who says swagger? Oh, let's use swag." You know what I mean? Like, it
yeah.
it evolves from a word that already exists. So I think Riz probably came from charisma, and I'll just say charisma. I won't say Riz.
I'm with
Um,
you. I can't do Riz.
and now I just read about some of the words that not even Gen Z, but like Gen Alpha or whatever. The one at
Uh,
the children. That like what they are actually, because we keep saying Gen Z's the children. No, they're not. They're like 20.
yeah,
They're
them dudes
not.
work.
Yeah. There are people younger and they are saying words and I'm just like, the fuck? What?
Mm-hmm.
What
They in
is
my
that?
house.
Yeah. Gyat? What is gyat? Gyat. Have you seen that one?
No,
GYATT? I don't
no.
know if it means ass. I don't know if it means just good looking in general. I don't know if it's just someone making the sound of a shotgun in a reggae song. I don't know what it means. And
Yeah, I'll ask my kids later.
yeah, oh,
I'll
please
make
do
it
because they
awkward,
will
but I'll
be
ask.
so embarrassed and maybe never use the word again if you say it to them. And I would like to go ahead and just put the kibosh on that. Also, no one's saying kibosh. You know what I mean? Like it's just you pick and choose the words that help you.
I'm with
S
that.
Yeah. So
I
I can't say dead ass. It doesn't feel right to me,
Yeah, dead
you
ass
know?
is good with me. That feels pure.
Yeah, see, and it doesn't feel right for me.
Yeah,
But you just kinda figure out what works for you. And, I
yeah,
mean, I also feel like Riz is relatively new.
yeah. That's the thing that I've noticed that like dead ass is something I would say,
Mhm.
something I can say but wouldn't say. Riz is
Mm.
something I don't feel like I can say. Like
Mm.
it doesn't. It's not in like my lexicon. Like it's not something I want to use. But what I've learned is that not only can I judge if a word is for me,
Mhm.
but I'm also becoming a better judge of which words will have shelf life.
Right, and I
You know what I
don't
mean?
Riz doesn't exactly. Riz to
Riz
me
don't feel like
feels
a lifetime word.
like next year, like this time next year, no one's going to be saying it. Riz
Exactly.
feels very just gossamer, like it's not gonna be
Yeah.
here. It's not there's no yeah, absolutely. Riz sounds like it came up someone came up with it in like a boardroom.
Mm.
You know what I
Mm.
mean? Like maybe it's from charisma, but it also just like like charisma, but Riz. I don't know. There's just something about it that doesn't
Yeah.
feel pure. And
Yeah.
maybe the guy maybe because the person who's claiming it is someone who's on Twitch. So I'm like, who knows? Your stuff could have gone through many committees. We don't know about, you know.
Also,
Um
fun fact, I saw the first usage that I remember of swagger
mhm.
was from Harriet from Family Matters.
Okay, yes. And that was
That's
the
the
grandma, right?
yeah, that was the
So that's
mom.
that was
Like
an
she
old lady, that's some old lady shit.
straight up,
Yes.
yo.
And that's those are the kind of words I like. I like old people words. So so that's
Yo,
why I'll use charisma.
I still remember the episode. It was the scene. There was an episode where like I don't know if it's her like niece, I mean her nephew or like cousin, but like
Mhm.
there's like the bad influence cousin lives with them for the summer supposedly, and like
Sure.
um he gets Eddie and Steve in trouble. And he's like, they show he's the bad influence because he's doing all the hip hop shit. So he got like the backwards hat, he got like the bop instead of the regular walk.
Oh, yes,
You know
right,
what I mean?
right.
Um,
Mhm.
and so yeah, like he gets the other boys in trouble, and the closing scene, like Harriet's checking him on it. You know,
Mhm.
she's telling him, she's like, "You think you so cool, swaggering in here." You know what I mean?
Right.
And yo, she checks him hard, and then she tells him like, "Yo, pack your stuff, go. You going home?" And he's like, "You ain't kicking me out." She like, "Yes, I am." He's like, "I'm calling your mom right now. Pack your stuff." So that I associate swagger with that
That's so
incredible actress.
that's
You
so
know what I mean?
funny. So then when it became swag, I'm sure it was like, "What?
Like for real, B.
Huh?"
Harriet says that shit, yo.
Yes, yeah, right. So I don't yeah, I'm just kind of surprised. So yes, to that point, I'm kind of surprised Riz made it, especially over situationship, which I feel like we've been saying for a couple of years now.
Yeah,
Situationship, I it makes sense to me. I'll say I like situationship.
yeah. I think
Like
that has more potential.
absolutely it does. Swifty is just the name of fans.
Yeah,
Doesn't need to be in a dictionary.
nah,
It
that's a
doesn't need to
brand.
be there. Yeah, that's a
Mm-mm.
brand. No one needs that. It
Yeah, nah.
doesn't but,
That's it. Yeah,
yeah, definitely, I'd pick situationship over Riz. I feel like Riz is their attempt at, like, "We'll get the young vote with this," and I'm like, "You're a dictionary. You're a dictionary. Cut it out."
oh man. In other news, pivoting to the other age demo,
Mm,
boomers seem to have traded in the child raising village for traveling. Now, millennial parents say they have no one to support them. Aw, that's it. Looking
hmm.
back on her childhood, Christina Hilberg said it was never a question whether her grandmother would watch her and her brother when their parents went on a trip. But Hilberg, a mom of three, said there's no guarantee that her parents or in laws would do the same for their grandkids. Certainly not at the snap of a finger. We have to make sure that we're asking months in advance, adding that their own travel plans often have to be factored in. Apparently, while generations are struggling to get by, boomers are seemingly living better than ever. A May analysis from Bank of America, consumer spending habits found that boomers were outspending other generations on travel and dining out. And why
Mhm.
shouldn't they? According to the Federal Reserve, baby boomers own more than 78 trillion in assets. That's around half of all the wealth in the country. But while they're busy spending their money, their millennial children feel left behind. Leslie Dobson, a psychologist in Los Angeles, said many of their millennial clients were dealing with feelings of abandonment and resentment towards their boomer parents. It's a common struggle. You have children, and it feels even more like an abandonment that they've chosen their life over meeting their grandchildren and building those relationships. There's almost like this three-fourth life crisis that they're in, and they're really looking at this as, oh my God, my life's almost over. When is my last day, and how am I going to live my best life?
Mhm. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Well, okay. As someone who cuz boomers, first of all, I wish we got some dates right on all of this. Of just like who's boomer, who's Gen X, who gave birth to who, cuz they're like I've heard Gen X people talking about their boomer parents, and then I'm like, but they were just a what? And then I've heard millennials. So I think the kids that boomers had are now millennials, older millennials, maybe some
right.
like Xennials or whatever, somewhere in
Yeah.
there. But for that, yes, for the most part. But if you spend any amount of time with uh the baby boomer generation, this ain't surprising. They're the ones that own everything. They don't want to let shit go, and now they want to go travel. None of this is surprising.
Yeah.
Like,
I felt like I was reading this. I was like, you didn't know your parents were like this the 18 years you lived with them? Like,
no, well, I mean, it's there's also like there's something kind of unspoken in this, which is why like why did you is that something that your family is would be inclined to do?
mm,
Basically, are you in a family where they would take care of each other, where you could
mm,
move back in with them and blah blah blah? Is that kind of behavior accepted? Um, and maybe not. Do you live in a family where where if someone needed, yeah, come on back. I know I got the space. Come on back in. Blah 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 blah. So like, I don't know. Look at your family. Would your family normally do that? And the reason that like you probably were with your grandma while the boomers went out to do whatever it is they needed to do is because the boomer generation was kind of the first ones where like they had the women were like, "I'm gonna work. We're gonna get
right.
divorced. I'm gonna work. I have to do." You know what I mean? Where they were striving to like get it all, right?
Yeah.
Women in in power suits and sneakers running the street, their heels in their purses as they go to do whatever it is that they do. And so, yeah, someone had to watch the kids, so they left them with grandparents as a
Uh,
generation after that, as a Generation X, I'm from the generation where they did not leave us with grandparents. They gave us a key and they said, "You are in charge of all of the young kids on this block because you're the oldest child. Congratulations, 10-year-old. You are now in charge of 5 children that you got to make sure make home from school." So, like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know, man. Sorry, but boomers are going boomer.
yeah, yo.
Like we none of us are happy with them. They don't none of their wealth trickled down. They're going to do whatever the fuck they want to do and the rest of us are truly struggling. And I know it feels like um maybe it feels wild to hear someone in their 50s say the rest of us are struggling, but I'm struggling, bitch. I don't know
Hey.
about y'all, but I'm struggling. I am also struggling. So,
Yo, we fighting a good fight, baby.
yeah.
I'm blessed in that both sets of grandparents are accessible.
But
But
also, you you are in a world, your family is a sort where they're like, "We will take care of the absolutely bring them over,"
hell yeah,
you know?
100%.
And I
My
don't know
parents would take my kids, like, if they could, quite
and
frankly.
that
They'd be
I
like,
don't know if that's maybe a racial breakdown or what, you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah.
yeah, I
No,
definitely have family members where they're like, "Yes, absolutely, come with us. All of us in this house will figure it out," right?
yo, is that a thing in general racially too? Like my parents' biggest concern is that like they're like, yo, like we came to this country because like we wanted to give you more opportunities, like our kids.
Mhm.
And they're like, our fear is that like you became so Americanized that you're gonna put us in a home and like not do what we should have like we would have done generationally. Like that's
Right,
my
which
mom
is
says that all the time. She's like, "Yo, like I just want a room. Like I don't put me in a home." That's
yeah.
like that's
I
a shit.
that may be there may be something to that. Who will be put in a home versus who will,
Yeah,
get to get to be with their family, and
yo,
some will have their family take care of them the way they took care. It's like that kind of flip. And
yeah,
I don't know, um, but yeah, there are other, I mean, like, globally, that's expected.
yeah,
The whole family stays in the, even if someone goes out, there's still like that hub. And
mm,
yeah, you can definitely feel it when it's not there.
right.
You know what I mean?
You
So,
notice it.
yeah.
Yeah, I definitely feel supported immensely by both of them, both sets of them, pardon me.
Mhm.
Uh and but in turn, I also know that uh if they ever need it, I know I'm open to any of them living here.
Right.
I got an order, admittedly, if I'm honest. Yeah, I'll pick certain old people first.
Oh, wait, we had you as number 3 on the list.
Now, I mean,
So,
like, I'm sorry, but uh
sorry, we gotta get numbers 1 and 2. We'll call you. Here, take this buzzer. When it buzzes, when it blinks, then you are welcome
like
to stay with the
you
family.
good. Listen.
Just keep that on you at all times.
Straight up. I told Gabby, like, yeah, they can move in, but like, can we pick which like, like
Oh my
I'm just saying,
gosh.
yo, like I got two other siblings. She got
Mhm.
four, So
Can't
like
yeah, why
we
can't we
we
shuffle?
yeah, let's shuffle this around. Let's ration. You know what I mean? We can
Yeah.
figure out a system that is ideal, but it don't
Mhm.
necessarily need to be like, oh, hey, because we're jerked in a weird way too, because we're the oldest, both sides. So I feel like there's
Whew.
like a responsibility, an
Yeah.
expectation,
Yep.
and I'm like, yo, I ain't taking all four of these dudes at once.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah, that fucking man, that firstborn shit. That
Yo,
firstborn shit. I
both
don't even wanna
sides,
get
yo.
into it. That stuff, it makes me happy, it makes me sad, but it
Real talk.
is real.
I told Gabby, I was like, yo, if it comes to this, like, just so you know, like, I love that they're both in love, but I'm breaking up one of these marriages. Like, I'm not taking. I got room for one old person in my house. All right, one of
Oh,
y'all got to leave
wow.
somebody. Uh, I ain't taking all these people in my crib. Uh, we'll figure it out. Is what I'm
Mhm.
saying. I'm open to orders. Admittedly, I have my preferences though. We'll
Right.
see what happens.
You know what?
It,
My advice to these millennials who are worried that their boomer parents won't take care of the grandkids, give them kids a fucking key and let them run loose in the streets.
yeah, we made
It
it.
turned out fine for me. Look at me. I'm a 51-year-old who has filed bankruptcy twice and lives in New York with a roommate. You'll be fine. Your kids will be fine. Who started a brand new, a ridiculous creative job thing at 37. It'll be fine. Let the kids do. Let them run in the street. It'll be fine.
If you would like more parenting advice from Shalewa Sharpe, that's right. All you gotta do is like, subscribe to the show, baby. If you're an Apple or Spotify listener, we appreciate your ratings. 4 stars. You don't understand the system that Shalewa's suggestion. Okay, it works
Mhm.
wonders. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
A lot of
Mhm.
artists come from this system.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes, a lot.
A lot of creatives. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? 5 stars. You you're rooting for Shalewa, but you also still want your kids to have stability. I understand. Okay,
Yeah, I
you know what
guess.
I mean?
I
I
mean,
guess.
yes.
You know what I mean?
I
Give them
don't
a key,
understand
instructions.
why you don't want your kids to also be single and with no kids and no one to take care of them. as they approach older age. I don't understand why you don't want that for your children, but
You know what
okay.
I mean? She got a cat, okay?
I got a cat.
You
She's
know what I mean?
relatively young. She is now my power of attorney.
Man, if you have any articles you want us to cover, please DM us directly on Twitter or Instagram at Silky Jumbo or at Gastor Almonte. Shout outs this week to Cynthia Butler and Lori McDaniel. With that said, I am the admittedly pivoting and parenting, giving my kids keys. Fuck it, let them handle it. Okay, Gastor Almonte. With the incredibly inspirational
Oh boy, that's one way to look at it.
parenting sensei, Shalewa Sharpe. That's right. You are the one, the oracle of parenting. I like this. This has been millennial Gen Z kind of episode. I think, you know what I mean? Of the War Report. Catch y'all next time. Peace.